Have you ever stopped and wondered why you feel so much older than the number on your last birthday? Take a second right now and just notice how your body actually feels. We're living the most convenient lives in human history. Food at the door, entertainment in our pockets, and yet our minds feel completely fried. This isn't ordinary tiredness. Your body is quietly stuck in survival mode, bracing for a threat that never comes. But what if this slow drain was never written into your DNA at all? When people hear how long the Japanese tend to live, they shrug and call it lucky genetics or some calm, stress-free island life. That's not the truth. Japan wrestles with one of the most punishing, overwork cultures on the planet. The pressure gets so heavy, they coined an entire word for dying from too much work. And yet, sitting quietly beside all that stress is a hidden system. Small daily rituals that protect the mind and body from cracking under the weight. You're not falling apart because you're weak or lazy. You're falling apart because everything around you is quietly training you to burn out. So today, we're walking through 7 quiet Japanese habits. Keep your ears open for the 4th one. It takes barely 3 minutes, but it can completely rewire the way you handle stress. Ready to take your energy back? Let's get into it. 1. The real reason your room is draining you. Most of us treat cleaning like a punishment, the thing we put off until the mess gets unbearable, or until someone texts that they're coming over. And that mindset is exactly where we've gone wrong. In Japan, cleaning is a daily anchor, wired in from childhood. Kids there clean their own classrooms every single day, no janitor swooping in to do it for them. Now think about what a messy room does to your head. Why does a cluttered desk give you that low buzz of anxiety? Because visual clutter runs quietly in the background of your mind, like 40 browser tabs open at once, all pulling a little power. A messy space sends your brain a constant whisper of panic. It tells you you're not in control of your own world. And your outer environment is almost always a mirror of your inner one. So when you give even 10 minutes a day to putting your space back in order, you're not just wiping away dust. You're proving something to your brain, that you can command your surroundings, that you're safe. You're gently pulling yourself out of survival mode and back into calm. You simply can't untangle your mind while you're sitting in the middle of a mess. 2. Why you wake up exhausted after 8 full hours. Once your space is settled, the next target is your internal clock. There's an old account from a traveler who visited Japan more than a century ago. He described a strange morning scene. Before the sun had even risen, the villagers would gather outside. And the moment the light broke over the mountains, they'd turn toward it, clap their hands, and take in that first glow. The ritual is ancient, but the biology behind it is still shockingly powerful. Now look at how most of us start our day. We're yanked out of the dark by a blaring alarm, and before our feet even hit the floor, we're staring into the harsh blue glow of a phone. We confuse our brain before the day has begun, firing off a jolt of stress hormones. We wake up already anxious. But when you get up early and let real morning sunlight hit your eyes within that first hour, you reset your internal clock on purpose. You line your energy up with the natural rise of the day. That light tells your body exactly what time it is. It lifts your morning energy, smooths out your stress, and quietly guarantees that when night comes, your body knows how to sink into deep sleep. You're not just waking up, you're setting up tonight's rest before the day has even started. 3. How to get real energy without draining a whole pot of coffee. The modern world runs on borrowed fuel. We pour down coffee and slam energy drinks just to force our eyes open. We flip on a low-grade fight or flight response just to survive an ordinary workday. And then, around 2 in the afternoon, the whole thing collapses and we're left completely wiped out. There's a smarter way to fuel yourself. Matcha. When you steep a normal cup of tea, you're basically drinking flavored water and tossing the most valuable part away with the bag. Matcha is different. It's the entire leaf, ground into a fine powder, so you swallow the whole thing, a full dose of nutrients going straight into you. But the real magic of matcha is what it does to your mind. It carries a natural compound that calms the brain, and when that mixes with its gentle caffeine, it creates a very specific state, calm alertness. Your body relaxes while your focus sharpens. You're not borrowing energy and paying it back later with a crash and a wave of jitters. You're fueling the engine cleanly. Deep focus without the panic. 4. Do this if you sit all day. It takes 3 minutes. Sitting still is the silent killer of the modern worker. We're parked in soft chairs 10 hours a day, staring at screens, slowly stiffening up and growing fragile. To push back, Japan has leaned on a simple exercise routine, broadcast over the radio since Bungin Chincham Haimitam. And the genius of it is how absurdly easy it is to start. The whole thing runs about 3 minutes, a gentle flow of movements that blends light cardio with easy stretching. It's so simple that little kids and grandparents do it side by side, every single day. Here in the West, we've been poisoned by an all-or-nothing fitness mindset. We think being healthy means a brutal, sweat-soaked 2-hour session at the gym. And because almost nobody can commit to 2 hours, we end up doing absolutely nothing. We just sit at zero. The Japanese approach proves that chasing perfection is a trap. You don't need punishing workouts, you just need steady daily movement so your body doesn't seize up. 3 minutes of stretching oils the joints, wakes the heart, and tells your brain this body is still alive and still in use. 5. Why your food might be quietly making you miserable. What you eat isn't just something to shut off hunger. It's the actual raw material your body uses to rebuild your brain and your cells while you sleep. And we're stuck in a strange modern crisis, eating more than ever, yet practically starving for real nutrition. Traditional Japanese meals are built on a steady, balanced structure, one soup and a few small side dishes. It creates an automatic balance of good carbs, quality protein, and vegetables, almost by design. You can't really overeat the junk, because the way the meal is laid out just doesn't leave room for it. But the hidden key to this whole diet is fermented food, things like miso and pickled vegetables. Modern science has finally caught up to what people there have known for centuries. The gut and the brain are deeply connected. The bacteria in your stomach produce the vast majority of your body's feel-good chemicals. So, by eating fermented food every day, they're quietly building a healthy gut, and with it, a steadier mood. They're literally engineering their own biology to fight off brain fog and modern anxiety from the inside. 6. The free antidepressant you keep walking past. Good food keeps your organs young, but sooner or later, gravity comes for the skeleton. To fight that, Japanese life treats moving against gravity as completely normal. It's a country full of mountains, and walking or hiking them is a habit that carries deep into old age. This is about so much more than fresh air on a lazy weekend. Your legs and hips are the foundation of your entire independence. The moment your leg muscles start to shrink from too much sitting, your brain senses you're losing your balance. And to keep you from falling, it quietly makes you want to move even less, which kicks off a fast, hard-to-reverse spiral where your whole world shrinks smaller and smaller. When the legs give out, the mind isn't far behind. Walking outside forces your bones to stay dense and strong. But there's a second gift hidden in walking through nature, and it's a purely mental one. When you move forward, and the scenery slides past the edges of your vision, it flips on a circuit in your brain that switches off your panic center. Moving forward literally quiets your internal alarm. It's one of the most powerful mood boosters we have, and it costs absolutely nothing. 7. Why your showers aren't actually relaxing you. Finally, after a full day of effort, your body needs to genuinely recover. But in our rush-everything culture, we've forgotten how to truly rest. We take fast 5-minute showers, standing under the spray just long enough to rinse off before collapsing into bed. We sleep, sure, but our muscles are wound so tight that nothing actually repairs. We're not resting, we're just unconscious for 8 hours. In a country famous for its hot springs, a slow daily bath is non-negotiable. Bathtubs sit in nearly every home, not as a luxury, but as a tool. It's a deep nightly reset for the nervous system. First, the heat coaxes your tight muscles into finally letting go of the tension they've clenched all day. Second, the gentle pressure of the water speeds up your blood flow, flushing waste out of tired tissue. And third, the most important part, the water lets your body float. For the first time in 16 hours, the constant downward drag of gravity lifts off your spine and your joints. And that relief tells your brain to shut off survival mode and switch on repair mode. You shower fast just to get clean. They bathe slowly to repair the whole machine. The last step, stop relying on motivation. These 7 habits aren't charming cultural trivia. They're carefully built daily systems designed to shield the human mind and body from the exhaustion of modern life. The deepest pain of being a modern person comes from having no systems at all. We lean entirely on motivation and willpower to stay healthy, and willpower always runs dry the moment you're tired. When you lean on motivation, you eventually fall. When you lean on a system, you endure. You don't need to move to a quiet mountain village to live this way. You don't need a perfect, stress-free life. You just have to stop letting a chaotic, fast-paced world grind you down. So don't try to overhaul your entire life and cram all 7 habits into tomorrow morning. Trying to be perfect all at once is exactly why people give up. Instead, pick just one. Reclaim your mind by tidying your space for 10 minutes today. Or reclaim your morning by stepping into the sunlight before you touch your phone. Or reclaim your body with 3 minutes of simple stretching. Build the system slowly, because right now, your environment is deciding how you feel. And it's time you took that control back. And if you refuse to spend the rest of your life stuck in survival mode, come with us. Subscribe, and every week we'll break down the hidden psychology behind everyday life to help you build a mind that doesn't break. Build your system. Until next time.